Hi, David Paul here. I hope this works out because I'm only going to do a one shot at this. This boat is one of the boats that I've had a few boats now, and this is the boat that I lived on with my wife, and my wife and my two daughters. And sadly, we split up, and I feel really sad about seeing this boat, you know, because this is our home for 5 years. And I put so much into this boat. We all did, you know. I mean, she did a lot of work on this boat, and we sold her and we made a profit. And now she's not in such good nick as we had her, because the person who bought it, the second person afterwards, stripped her all out and sold her off at a very low price. I'm told £4,000. We sold her for 15, so that's how far she's gone down. But the guy who's got her now is a carpenter, and he's from Serbia, and he's a Christian, and I kind of like that because I'm a Christian, and I like the fact that she's going to go on into some hands of, well, person that'll probably love her, you know. Anyway, there she is, you know, red, and that black hull down the bottom there, that's actually not paint. It's called gel coat, and it's kind of like this the resin that you have for fiberglass, except you put it on top of the fiberglass. I did all of that. I blocked 13 holes on that boat up in Gateshead when I first bought her, and if you follow my channel, you'll have seen her up in near Castleberry Park when I first started fitting this boat out. The amount of work that went into this boat is absolutely immense. It's unbelievable amount of work, and I'm never going to do that again. At the moment, I'm building a cabin which I will be putting on my YouTube site, but I'm kind of, I don't want to do anything on that yet. I'll do a big reveal on that. However, the problem with this boat was she's very tall. She's called oh, I can't remember. Every time I keep forgetting the name of that place. Begins with a W, down on the south coast. It's the bay where Portland Bill is. Begins with a W. It's not Waverley, but every time I mention it, I forget that damn word. It's odd, really, because I'm learning Portuguese and Dutch both at the same time, and it's just pouring in, but this one word I just can't seem to remember. The same thing with Al Pacino. I had to like force myself to remember the name of my favourite actor. For some reason it just wouldn't go into my brain. Anyway, it's Al Pacino. Anyway, I digress. So anyway, about this boat. So the problem with this boat was that the coach roof at the top is very, very high. From the bottom to the top, it's 9 feet. And it was 9 inches short of being able to go under the bridge at the top there. Now what I used to do is I used to put weights in and buckets of water and barrels of water and all sorts to scrimp through the bridges as I brought her down from Watford. And this boat, I brought her all the way from Watford by towing her by hand. I put her in the water at Watford Marina, and I got a big stick and I pushed her all the way down. She's 30 foot long, about 9 feet tall. She doesn't have any engines in, and but she is huge. And so I thought, well, how did he get this under the bridge? Well, it's obvious. What he's done is he's cut the coach roof off the top and fit a new coach roof in wood. And that is now low enough to get under the bridges, so he's able to do that. Now this guy has got a wife, which is very nice. I like it that people have families, and you know, I don't think it's nice. Well, as God said, you know, it's not. He said that it's not good for a man to be alone, you know. So I'm all for it, you know. Wives and kids and families and dogs, if you like dogs. Anyway, so he chopped the top off there, and that made it low enough to get it under. So I doubt that he's going to be towing this along with ropes by hand all the way to wherever he's going to go, and pushing it along with a punt like I did. But that That was some amazing, immense task that I did. So anyway, there's the guy, and he's from Serbia. He's a very nice guy, and I'm glad he's got this boat, and I'm glad he's gonna give it some love, and he's a carpenter, so he will pick on with it, and he will do it, and and if he doesn't like what he's done, he'll be able to change it, and eventually this boat will absolutely be a star, you know. It'll probably be a beautiful thing, you know. Yeah, he'll make more of it than I did, because he's committed to staying on her. So he's got a wife, and he's going to bring her over, and they're going to stop paying rent. So he's going to make a lot of progress in life, which is what I like to see. You know, I'm a homesteader type, and I'm not into bills and stuff like that. And with my new cabin that I'm going to show you at some time, you'll see how you'll think, man, you know, that's so out there. That is kind of like really, what I'm doing now is kind of really out there, out the box thinking. And it's paid off, and it's been paying. I've saved a lot of money, and I've paid off about, wow, 2/3 of my mortgage on my house in Portugal. So the next thing is to go to Portugal. I'm wondering if he let us have a look inside. Can we put the camera inside or not?
Yes.
Yeah? Man, he's a nice guy, this fella. Now, here's the thing. This door, it used to slide, and he's put it on hinges. So that's good. Now, at the back there, you never did see when I had it, but at the back, what he's got like a little studio kind of bedroom thing, you know. He's got everything you need there, and all that wood at the back is wood that I fitted, and the wood on the top there, I fitted that, and insulation that my now to be ex-wife fitted there, and this is where we lived, and our daughter slept at the back there, but that was divided into 2 bedrooms. I always said they should have 1 single bedroom like that, and it's so much better. But they insisted they wanted separate rooms, so that's up to them. Now, an interesting point about this, he said he was going to use oak, and I said, oh, for God's sake, don't use oak. I call it dancing wood. It's wonderful stuff in a stable humidity environment. So you put it in a church, and it's going to be there for 300 years, or God knows how long, 500 years, whatever. Or you put it in your house, same thing. But if you put it on a boat, the change in humidity, it starts to warp within a matter of days. Now, this beautiful floor here, I fitted this, and it's teak, and it hasn't moved, not a cigarette paper really, since the day I laid it, and it never will move either. And that cost £100 a square metre. My ex-wife insisted that we have this wood, and in a way she was right, because if you're investing in something, it's what you need, you know. Now, if you go back through my videos, I was looking over the top of here down onto a void down there when I was filming, and that's where I built the toilet. So there's the toilet in there. I had great ideas for that, but I simply, you know, I was going to have it where the toilet disappeared, and it just like popped up when you needed it, so you wouldn't have all this in the way. You get more space. The problem is, you can have all these great ideas, but you don't have the time to do it, because you've got to earn a living as well as working on all this stuff. So that's why nowadays I'm not into boats so much. I'm more into well, as the expression goes, keeping it real, you know, like keeping it within limits and within your ability to within your capacity. Now, the problem with boats is that you've got to work on the whole boat, and you've got to make sure that it doesn't sink and so on. I'll just get a long shot on it. So it's a big commitment all in one go. If you, for example, build a cabin, you can do that piecemeal. You can build a tiny cabin, simply sufficient enough, say 6 feet by 6 feet, enough space to sleep in, and then you can find that it's too small, and you can just extend it, because it doesn't require that it floats. Problem with boats is the whole thing comes as one entity, and then you've got the whole thing as a whole entity to live on and work on. And if the roof leaks, it affects the entire thing. So you can't do a boat modular. There is one way to do it, and one day I may do it, which is to make a thing called a shanty boat, which is basically a cabin on the water, but you use floats underneath to support it. So in a sense, technically, that's not really a boat, it's a raft. But anyway, there she is, and this is where I'm partly doing this for people who watch my channel, and I'm also doing it for myself, and I'm also doing it for my ex-wife and girls, so they can see it, and family and everybody, and say, wow, that's where we used to live, you know, bit of memory. But never mind, there she is, and she's going to go on to greater things, and she's not going to die, because boats die, you know. You get a feeling with a boat that its soul has gone, you know, and this thing, it still has its soul, and she still has her soul, and she will go on to greater things. She'll never go back to sea again. It's a great sea boat, but it would cost so much, it just wouldn't be worth it, I think. Although I have entertained ideas around that, but that would be a big project. So there you go. So anyway, so give him a wave on my channel. He doesn't speak much English, so just give him a wave. Say hi.
Hi.
And I will upload it, and you'll be able to see your boat. And I'll do films of your progress work as you're going along. Ok, muito obrigado para Portuguese. Acaka. Maraming salamat sa Filipinas, and thanks very much in the UK. Bye for now. That's it. Now there